Hey guys, it's Sam with two M's and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. As you guys can see, I have a very special guest here with me. He is an up-and-coming artist who's definitely bringing the vibes with a super unique sound, and I'm so excited for him to be here with me today because we're going to talk about his music and so much more. So everyone, please welcome Recio!
Hello. Thank you for having me on your show, Sam. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Recio. We're so excited that you're here, especially because it's our first time meeting. So we're gonna get to know more about you as an artist, paano ka ba nagsimula and all of that. But before that, how are you? How's life?
I'm good. I just woke up. But then
Good
we're
morning.
here to interview. Good morning sa akin. Good morning sa'yo. And good morning to everybody watching. So, yeah.
Yeah, good morning. Though, what a great way to spend your morning talking about music, of course, which I'm sure you're so excited about because this is something that I'm sure you love. I mean, if you didn't, you wouldn't be an artist. So we're so excited that you're here. But of course, aside from music, I'm sure a lot of people would also love to get to know ano ba yung mga pinagkakaabalan mo outside of music. So what have you been up to aside from that?
Ito, nagdidilig ng halaman. Ano pa?
Yes.
I've been still attending school. I've been still studying.
Mhm.
Working out, of course. And of course,
Mhm.
I've just been practicing writing music and
Mhm.
making different sounds with my instruments.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing recently, at least. Besides like
Yeah.
promos for my newest single. So yeah.
Mhm. I mean, that's a lot. School already by itself, madami na yun, di ba? And then you add music pa on top of that. So how has it been for you, like, being able to balance all of these things?
Obviously, there's like a lot of like stress involved, but at the
Yeah,
same
for
time,
sure.
I guess I have really good friends who
Ah.
like look after me as well and still support me. My
Mhm.
music, while I'm still attending school, so
Mhm.
they also like help me catch up with the things I need to catch up on, obviously. So
Wow.
yeah, they're really
Mhm.
kind. So shout out them.
Mm. You have really good friends, no? Feeling ko
Yeah.
in school, joke lang. I had friends who were like that, but I mean, you're lucky that you're surrounded by people like that who help you, syempre, especially if you're busy, to catch up on all of those things. But it's nice to hear na, you've been balancing school with music. Also, you said na you've really been practicing creating music and all of that. So how has it been, especially in the last year? Kasi ang dami nating time, no? Especially at home, we're just at home. So we really have the time to experiment when it comes to our creativity and all of that. So how has that been for you, especially in the music part?
It's been a great ride.
Mm-hmm.
When before the pandemic started, that's when I think a month before the pandemic started, the
Mm-hmm.
lockdown, everything happened. That's when I started releasing music. And
Mm-hmm.
my sound then was way different from
Yeah.
everything I'm making now. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely throughout the entire quarantine, with my like time spent in my room studio,
Mm-hmm.
and just like
Mm-hmm.
experimenting with different things and genres,
Mm-hmm.
my sound has changed. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I hope people like the sound. It's
Yeah.
obviously very experimental, especially here in the Philippines. Pero
Mm-hmm.
so far it seems to have like a lot of like um people have been intrigued by it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess if you want to check it out, yeah, definitely.
No,
Definitely.
definitely. Your sound, yeah, like I said in my intro, you have a very unique sound because it feels very sonic to me in a way na parang, how can I describe? Kind of like Florence and the Machine. Um, like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of like sonically, that kind of sound. I feel like that's the kind I get, and also very, um, Frank Ocean, like his album Blonde, like that album,
Blonded,
that
yeah.
it gave me that kind of vibe. So I want to talk more, of course, about your music and how you actually got to this part of your life. Because sabi mo nga, your sound has changed so much. But let's go back to the beginning. Like, how did you actually start with music? What made you say na, oh, I want to start making music?
I guess it wasn't really like it's a moment. It wasn't really a
Mm-hmm.
moment that I wanted to make music. It was more of like a gradual like pushing. I don't know. I just slowly realized that I really enjoyed what I was doing because I
Mm-hmm.
started making funny story. At the
Mm-hmm.
start of like I guess my music production and my music writing, I wanted to be a
Mm-hmm.
rapper. I was 14.
Yes.
I was 14 and I wanted to be a rapper. So
Yeah.
I was like making really like horrible beats on my laptop, and then I would
Mm-mm.
rap to them and I'd record myself and I'd show my friends. And it's still I think there's still recordings of those somewhere, and
Oh my
it's
god.
yeah, and it's kind of like and that's how I kind of started. I started sharing with my friends like really
Mm-hmm.
not good songs, but I
Mm-hmm.
had fun with it. I definitely had fun with
Mm-hmm.
it. That's the thing. I remember looking back and listening to to them, and I was like, wow, I was really having a lot of fun with the music, and I still
Mm-hmm.
am having fun with the music. So I kind of
Yeah.
just kept that same mindset when it comes to like self fulfillment and having fun. So a few years ago, I started making beats, started rapping, and all that, and that's how I kind of slowly taught myself sound production, like
Mm-mm.
music production and sound
Mhm.
design.
Mm-mm.
Um, Again, like I said, it wasn't like a moment thing. It was a very like
Yeah.
gradual, like whoa, I want to do this.
Mhm.
So I guess I was just naturally drawn to it.
Mhm.
Came to me very naturally. I was
Mhm.
even though I wasn't making music every day, every time I was like alone and thinking, I was like, maybe I should write a song. And
Yeah.
then I get my laptop, start experimenting with sounds, and then that's how it kind of just came into fruition. And
Mhm.
yeah, I haven't regretted it because I'm doing what I love, and I'm going around and spreading what I love, and
Mhm.
yeah, just nakakaliw pa rin. Like up to this
Yeah,
date,
for
it's
sure.
still hard to like grasp where I am,
Mm-mm.
and
Mm-mm.
I'm just very excited and grateful for all the opportunities that are coming and the
Yeah.
opportunities that I have right now. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's the best part of it, no? Kasi it was a very gradual process for you. It wasn't like, oh my God, na ito na ito talagang gagawin ko. Parang it was slowly but surely you got to where you are right now. But I'm interested because you said na you started off with rap. And if I listen to, especially your newest single now, it's so different, no? From rapping talaga. Like, it's a little bit different. So how did you kind of transition your sound? And you even mentioned it a while ago that your sound has changed so much since the first time you actually released music. So how did you kind of find the sound that you have now?
Well, if you listen to my music, I
Mhm.
tend to like just like sing rapping, melodic rapping.
Yeah, yeah.
Not total rapping, but
Mm-mm.
it's melodic rapping, which is a
Mm-mm.
style that I really adapted to. Like I learned that I wanted to learn because I want to
Yeah.
be a rapper at first, and
Mm-mm.
I still want to stick to my roots, like that the younger
Mm-mm.
self of my younger self. So I
Mm-mm.
told myself, I'll rap a little bit on my music, but then yeah, that sound I guess just came from like what you said, Frank Ocean and a lot of other rappers like Juice World and all that, and rappers like that.
Mm-mm.
Also Travis Scott. I guess that melodic rap that I kind of do in my songs, um, came from that kind of influence that they had on me. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh, so it's really changed. I mean, not naman changed. It's just evolved, no, since when
Evolved,
you
yeah,
first
evolved.
really started. Yeah, when you started with music, because yeah, we can still hear, syempre, yung mga rap influences mo in your music now. But I love that you mentioned a lot of your influences. Then now I can definitely see nga where you get the kind of sound that you're going for as an artist. But speaking of as an artist, what kind of artist do you actually want to be, especially now that you're kind of forming the sound and also the kind of image that you have as an artist?
What kind of artist do I want to be? I don't know. I always I didn't really give it much thought. I just
Mhm.
promised myself that whatever I do and wherever I go, I'm just gonna be myself. So
Oh.
yeah, I guess when I express myself through music, that's my number
Mm-hmm.
one way of expression. That's myself,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
like my whole image, um, I let it come. I let it come like my music. I let it come naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
my plan, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's a good plan, feeling ko. Kasi,
Mm,
syempre, nowadays, people will know if you're doing something genuine, or not. So, I think that's the best way to really attack your music. It's something that is genuinely and natural to you and something that is personal to you, I can imagine. So, in terms of songwriting, naman,
mm.
how do you go about, like, your songwriting? Like, how did that start to? Like, what were the things? Like, were there certain themes that you wanted to write about, or does it just come, like, randomly to you?
Huh. I realized recently
Mm-hmm.
that I don't really go into like, or I never know when a writing session is gonna come. That's the thing. That's my
Oh.
problem.
Mm.
So, it could come at like 11 a.m. or it could come even at
Mm,
like 2 a.m.
mm,
That's not really the problem, but then that's my
mm,
thing, I guess.
mm,
Um, Inspiration really just hits you randomly, especially
mhm,
if you're like in your head and thinking a lot. But then,
mm.
yeah, when inspiration hits, I just whether it be a melody, or
Oh.
a single line of a song,
Mhm,
um, I have to get to work on it immediately. Like
mhm,
my brain just goes locked in on what I want to do. Like I remember going to school.
mhm,
I remember going to school, and I'd be walking around going to school like class to
mhm,
class. I'd be in class,
mm.
and I would suddenly hear a melody that my brain just thought up,
Taray.
and I wouldn't be able to remove that melody from my head until I
Mhm,
got home
mhm,
to
mm,
write the melody down or to record the melody. And
mm,
yeah, I guess that's one of my processes as well.
mhm.
But on top of that, I also derive a lot of inspiration from conversations. Like
Oh.
conversations I have with my friends, kahit kwentuhan lang,
Mhm,
kahit
mm.
um rant lang. The
Yeah,
usual thing you do with your friends.
yeah.
Um, when like a single line from a conversation that I really like
Mhm.
can evolve that idea can evolve into an entire song. And I guess,
Oh.
yeah, when I say it comes naturally, that's how I kind of
Mhm,
respect the beauty of it. Um,
mhm,
Respect the integrity of it. I just let it come naturally to me. I don't really want to force myself to write music.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
yeah, that's I guess
definitely.
my process.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like that's good. No, it feels like you don't really put a lot of pressure on yourself to create music, which I think is difficult sometimes to create anything when you're under pressure or you put too much pressure. So I love that it's very organic for you and very natural. May it be a conversation or something that just pops in your head. That's something that you can really derive a song or like music from that. So that's super cool. But I also do want to talk about this collective that you started that I kind of brought
Mhm,
up a while ago,
mhm.
1108. So can you talk more about why you wanted to create this collective and what it actually is?
1108 Collective is a group of people started by
Mm-hmm.
my friend and I, Javi.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just a group of people who really like doing art, especially
Mm-hmm.
around the area, and
Mm-hmm.
they're very passionate about their art. And we wanted to create a safe place where people could share their work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, so far the music sector of it is active, but then we want
Mm-hmm.
to obviously branch out and develop further like the rest of the arts, like media art, visual art,
Mm-hmm.
um, with the short films and all that. That's my dream
Mm-hmm.
for it. But then we're gonna I guess uh wait for it to develop further, uh,
Mm-hmm.
so on and on. So it's not just really like while we're in college thing, but then it's for the
Yeah.
future definitely. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what 1108 Collective is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a group of people who like making art and like sharing their
Mm-hmm.
art, safe place.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I love that you guys created a safe place for that. I feel like it's better. No, I mean, like, collaboration, but also support from other artists can really do artists it's a good
Mhm.
thing for them, diba? So
Sure.
that's super exciting. And we can't wait to see how that's gonna grow, especially in the coming years.
Mhm.
But now I do want to talk about your newest single, which
Mhm.
is Tired Eyes. So I was listening to it. Like that's literally where I heard the Florence and the Machine kind of like vibe that I was listening to. So
Mhm.
can you tell us more about what the song is about and what inspired it?
Funny, my friend and I had a conversation about this a few
Mm-hmm.
days ago.
Mm-hmm.
He noticed that every time I'd answer that question, it'd be something
Mm-hmm.
different. And
Mm-hmm. Mm.
thing is, with my music, it isn't just like one thing that inspires one thing. It is a
Yeah.
combination of things that inspire one thing. So I guess
Mm-hmm.
for this interview and for what I'm feeling now, I
Mm-hmm.
guess for what I'm feeling now, I guess that song is inspired by the troubles of growing up,
Mm.
the nostalgia involved, as well as the you know, the transition between like your high school or college and or your college to adult life, that kind
Yes.
of transition.
That random blurry part.
Yeah, yeah, growing pains and
Yeah.
stuff. I feel like that song was written during that the time that I was experiencing that. So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
related to that the most.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, if you listen to the song, it I sing about how I guess my relationship would work, as well
Mm-hmm.
as looking back to um when I was a kid. And I guess the message of the song is that um, we'll never be those kids again. But then
Mm-hmm.
we can move forward, and you have to have hope. I think that's just the
Mm-hmm.
main idea of it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that's Tired Eyes.
Yeah. I feel like I can really relate to that because I'm currently still in that like medyo malabo na parang I'm growing up but I still want to be a kid but like I have to be an adult kind of thing. So I feel like a lot of people are can relate to this, especially like, you know, it's difficult and no one really talks about feeling ko that random
Mhm,
point in your life where you're kind of transitioning between these two different
mhm.
parts of your life. So I love that you were able to create a song out of that. So, and I also do want to know, like, why did you choose to name it Tired Eyes? Like, what about Tired Eyes is significant to you in this part of your life?
Oh, first off, I want to say like I hope that whatever piece that I got from making the song, I hope everybody
Mhm.
else experiencing that
Yeah.
very phase in their life also
Mhm.
I guess receives that piece. But
Yeah.
what inspired the song "Tired Eyes" was like what I said earlier, a conversation with my
Mm-mm.
friend.
Mm-mm.
I remember it was like I think finals week or like midterms. I forgot
Mm-hmm.
when. But then my friend told me to get some rest kasi pagod na mata
Mm-hmm.
mo, tired eyes.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
I can put that in a
Oh.
song. I can definitely put that in a song. That kind of inspired it, and I was like, okay, bet.
Yeah.
So the song "Tired Eyes" came from this, yeah, conversation and
Mm-hmm.
then building on that idea. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I know exactly that point in midterm finals where you're just like, oh my God,
yeah,
kailangan mo matulog. But you can't because you have to study. But you have those friends who tell you na, you know, kailangan mo matulog. Your eyes
mm,
look tired. So I love that. I mean, I feel like a lot, that's super relatable then. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that as well. But I do want to talk about how you created the song also, since you're really into music production and sound design. How are you able to get to where Tired Eyes is now?
ooh, Tired Eyes has a Tired Eyes. I realized sounds more complicated than it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this the instrument that you hear, like
Mm-hmm.
there's guitars, there's pianos, there's a bass,
Mm-hmm.
there's a yeah, there's drums. Obviously, those are very natural elements that you see in music anyway. But then I
Mm-hmm.
really put my twist on them.
Mhm,
Like with the piano, I made it very warm. The guitars, I made it
mhm,
very. Uh, I don't know how to describe it. Tight. That's the
mhm.
only way I can describe it. Very tight. Very tightly wound. There.
Yeah.
That's how I can describe it.
Mm,
And the drums obviously very hard hitting.
mhm,
So like what I said earlier, my sound's pretty experimental, especially when it comes to the Philippines. Not a
mhm,
lot of people, I guess, have that um sound. Um,
mhm,
I think it's still emerging, and I hope it does emerge,
mhm.
especially here in the Philippines, because I know people who do like similar sounding production. Of course,
Mhm.
mine's unique. Mine's my own thing. But
Yeah.
then,
Yes.
um, but then, yeah, I try to just really all the instruments that you hear in my music. I really try to manipulate it so it sounds different from what you usually hear. Like it's
Oh.
still familiar, like it's still a
Mhm,
very
mhm,
familiar element, but then
mhm,
it's different from everything else you've heard. So yeah,
mhm.
that's what I'm trying to do. So
Yeah. No, I think I get what you mean. It's like you use the kind of like, like guitars and drums and all of that,
Mm,
but you kind of like, guys, make them sound different.
mm,
Just not your conventional kind of thing, which I totally get now that you're talking about it, and I totally hear it's a Tired Eyes nga. So to everyone watching, if you haven't heard Tired Eyes, make sure to check that out. But what else can we expect coming from you? I'm sure you've been working on a lot of stuff, experimenting
mm.
on a lot of things too. So, what else can we expect coming from you?
I guess I'm gonna be doing more online performances. I'm gonna be keep doing
Mm.
these interviews and stuff. But
Mhm.
besides that, I'm gonna keep work. I'm constantly working on music. That's the thing with
Mhm.
me. So
Mhm.
hopefully I can start working on like an album or an EP. Hopefully.
Ooh.
Um,
Mm-mm.
and yeah, we'll wait and see if that works out for me. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna manifest that it works out for you, and maybe one day we know when you come back here, you have an EP9 and all of that. So we can't wait for that. But of course, we're going to savor Tired Eyes for now. So to everyone watching, make sure to stream Tired Eyes by Recio. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms. But before I do let you go, Recio, do you have a message to everyone who's been listening to your music and everyone who's been supporting you?
First off, everybody listening, thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it. I don't think anyone understands how I feel, how
Mm-hmm.
grateful I feel about everybody who's come out and shown support for me. It's just very surprising. I'm in awe. I'm still speechless, honestly.
Oh.
But then yeah, thank you everyone. And do I do my promos here? Do I do
Yes,
my
go ahead.
oh,
Go ahead.
okay,
You
bet,
can.
bet.
Yeah.
Um and for those who like enjoy this interview and who don't know me yet, I'm Recio. I'm a singer and songwriter from Star Magic, Star Music, and Tarshi Records. And in the near future, hopefully you'll be seeing me perform and I guess release new music. So if you guys want to see that and be here for the journey, definitely follow me on my social media accounts. That's Resha_Joaquin on Twitter, Instagram, and I think that's it. But I also have like a Facebook page, just Resha.
Mhm.
And you guys can also follow me on Kumu. You know what
Mhm.
Kumu is? Resha_. So yeah, thank you.
There you go, guys. So make sure to follow Resh on all of his social media accounts so that you guys can keep updated on his music, but also everything else that he's been going on in his life, like live streams and all of that. Make sure to follow him, but also don't forget to stream his music, Tired Eyes. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms. That is his newest single. And you guys can also check out its lyric video. It's available on YouTube. So thank you so much, Resha, for joining me today on this
Thank you so much,
beautiful
Sam.
Thursday morning. Thank you, thank you. And thank you as well to everyone who tuned in to this MYXclusive interview. Once again, this has been Sam with 2Ms and Resha. Thanks,